Good morning and welcome world, welcome everyone, welcome all of my peeps out there in Chicago and my peeps out in the UK and Canada, and what's going a little bit at a slower pace this morning, just to make sure we don't forget anything and anybody. Al Jazeera, Chicago Urban Daily News. This is your homie, your boy, your personal friend. Trying to think about something else. Let me see. I want to think about someone who maybe is trying to bring peace and power to the early risers and the truth to the truth seekers. It's a lot going on in this confusing world and the confusing news cycle. So anyway, a little bit of my spill. You guys know I get on a soapbox sometimes. I'm gonna get off though. I'm gonna get off. Okay. Good morning. You're now locked into the frequency of empowerment, right? The heart of information to the four corners of the globe. This is Amir Shakur speaks. I'm your host, and Amir King 7. You guys can call me. I'm just playing. You ain't gotta call me that. Just call me your friend. There we go. Your morning, we're rocking into the morning. We're gonna move forward in the morning with greatness. Today we're making we're gonna make waves now. It's the weekend, and we're getting ready for the weekend, getting out there, and everyone's getting geared up to have a wonderful weekend. It's where I'm at in Chicago. It's beautiful weather, and hopefully you guys can get out there and enjoy it too. But with that said, today we're talking about the news, but we're talking about the moves, the moves in the news, right? I like that. It's rhythmic. We're staying awake, and we're staying not just awake. Remember this word, woke. Let's stay woke, staying proud and keeping our eyes wide open. Let's get motivated. We're as we're getting into the deep dive of the news cycle. I just wanted to welcome you guys to Amir Shakur Speaks, which brings the best of urban news, all done from an inspirational perspective. If you have not followed the show, please follow it, like, and subscribe. We're here every morning from the heart of the city, from ABS Studio Chicago. That's what you see behind me right now. And, it's a labor of love that's been put together over the course of about 8 years. But, we ain't counting 8 years and counting. And it's morning, and on Friday, I believe it's the 24th, and we're powered by ASN News and redefining what it means to lead in your community, right? So let's talk about what it is and what it isn't. And we're doing this, I just want to say, I'm being a little bit facetious, but we're doing this with no filters, no scripts, just the uncut truth. You're rocking with the sharpest mind in the morning, Amir Shakur Speaks. So let's get into it. Let's get into our headlines this morning, and got a little bit of a new segment to introduce. So if you have not, please like, subscribe, and share, and let's go. All right. Boy, where do we start? Well, I just want to say that news is coming from the White House that the ballroom project, the major construction, to name a few. I mean, there's a lot going on in the news cycle, but it's grabbing attention. Why is it grabbing attention? Well, this is a planned 90,000. I want you guys to listen to me. 90,000. 90,000 is the number, square foot. Expansion. Can't get another word. The 90,000 square foot expansion located at the site of the former West Wing, which Mr. Trump tore down. And keep in mind, this is the East Wing. I'm sorry, East, not West, East. See, my mind's got to work this morning. Which was demolished in 2025. Right? It was designated to be the largest scale event and largest scale platform at the White House, and it hosted state dinners and all of that. But this particular project, for lack of a better use of the word, it's being stopped as of a week ago, and 2 weeks ago it was stopped, and then it was approved again. It was stopped by a federal judge, I should say, and then some kind of commission that Mr. Trump put together, and his cronies and homies put together, approved it again, and the project has been in a state of significant legal and political debate. While a federal district judge halted the project, It was approved again by a commission, but now the federal judges halted ground construction due to concerns over the congressional approval piece or lack thereof. And yeah, I mean it's been a quagmire to say the least. And the federal district judge previously halted the ground construction due to the concerns over congressional approval, which never happened. And dig that. The White House, the current occupant of the White House, is tearing down public property, historical property to say the less, not owned by him, but owned by the American public. And this gentleman wants to tear it down and has done so. The East Wing was very historical, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But it's the reason why it's a feature of conversation now is because the project is notable for its 400 million estimated cost in growing and the use of private donations rather than traditional government funding. Now, we're going to double down on this. Remember I said that we're going to double down 3 times. Okay, VIPs? My VIPs know who I am. We're going to double down 3 times, and I just want to let you guys know. Remind me I said that, okay, before we get to the next segment. We're going to double down 3 times. Did I say that before? Okay, we're going to double down 3 times. The project is notable for the cost, and though taxpayers' funds are being utilized, it's drawing scrutiny. Why is it drawing scrutiny, Amir? Well, it's drawing scrutiny, right? Because of the associated underground security facilities and bunker, right? So here's the thing, and we'll get into that a little bit more. But the claim is that this $400 million growing project was being put above a security bunker from Mr. Trump, and that's why the project had to exist. Okay, so above ground, you're partying and dancing and feeling good, and dancing to the YMCA and all that good stuff and all of that. Had a couple of Heinekens or something. Nothing too heavy. And it takes just 1 or 2 from Mr. Trump and them, but you know how it goes. Anyway. And, downstairs, you got a full serious contingency with about 10,000 of these things right here behind me and all kinds of lights and flashing lights, and Stratcom is going, and you got military people and all of that, and they're tweaking knobs and turning knobs and all of that. It's that kind of deal. And according to Mr. Trump, that was the reason to keep the project legal. And so the political debate is that the project was halted. It was halted, quote unquote. We're gonna put that in quotation marks because it wasn't approved by Congress. So here's the thing: the president tore down the historical East Wing of the White House, something that had been there for hundreds of years, dozens of years at best. And some of the most historical things happen in the East Wing of the White House. And if we were to take a deep dive into the East Wing of the White House, then we would see, just what Mr. Trump tore down. And, for us, as we're getting stand by 1 second. The East Wing is the anchor of the Baldwin Project, as we said, and it's the situation. The East Wing, it's one of the most contentious construction projects in modern presidential history. The gaping hole is there now, and what are they going to do with that? And the conflict is that federal judge Richard Leon, has been actively blocking the construction. And guess what? Now he's put a total halt on it. And as of now, it's the optics of this thing is crazy amidst the legal merry-go-round. So if you're just joining, right, go ahead and like, follow, subscribe. We're going to pull that clip up as we're getting ready to pull that clip up about this East Wing expansion that Mr. Trump took upon himself to do, this crazy Trump ballroom project. I just want you guys to know that, I didn't vote on it. I don't think you voted on it. And I think Mr. Trump, single-handedly took this beast upon himself. And it's not copacetic. What gives when a president can take upon a project like this by himself and with no congressional approval, and it's just not cool. Anyway, it's been stopped, by the way, indefinitely. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. And we're going to double down, but here we go. USA Today, and let's go.
A federal judge again halted construction on President Donald Trump's $400 million White House ballroom. United States District Court Judge Richard J. Leon said the work needs express authorization from Congress. He called the administration's attempt to sidestep an earlier ruling incredible, if not disingenuous. The Trump administration argued stopping work leaves the executive mansion open and exposed, risking grave national security harms. Leon clarified the injunction targets above-ground ballroom construction, not below-ground security facilities. Trump said the project includes bomb shelters and a state-of-the-art hospital and medical facilities.
So, if you're just joining us, and we just took a look at a little bit about this crazy Trump ballroom project that it's Judge Leon, and this is a visual picture of it. Judge Leon is a federal judge, and he's blocked this. Actually, it started out at 400, and the estimates now we're looking at probably 900 million and counting. And not only are we taking down the east wing of the White House, but now we're starting to work on other wings. And as of late April, the situation is extremely volatile. While the Judge Leon has halted the above ground work, a federal appeals court recently granted a stay that allowed the construction to proceed temporarily while they review the administration's motion. But while the legal battle is going on, and there's a hearing set for June. So get this: the above ground work was halted, but there is the security apparatus, which is underground, and that's continuing on. And I mean, it's a legal merry-go-round. And here's the thing. I want you to notice. Let's notice the fact that they clip this. The fact that the administration has a significant legal argument is nil and void. They have no legal argument. There's no executive authority, and they're claiming it's a national security issue. But guess what, Mr. Trump? That only makes you and your administration look desperate, right? You guys look really desperate, and I don't think that building a security apparatus when you have in DC you have hundreds and thousands in between DC, District of Columbia, and Virginia. You have hundreds of thousands of apparatuses, and we're gonna double down on this. But I want to know what do you guys think? Can you see a $900 million project, and it's left a gaping hole? And the symbolism of it and the optics of this destruction, I haven't even drilled it down, but the reliance on private donors is what Judge Leon was saying, especially with reports that corporate entities are funding the project. And this is a U.S. security-based project that's funded by corporate dollars, right? So what do you guys think? It's difficult to understand the project. Oh yeah, that's right, VIP Beth. Right, 400 million for a ballroom. Really? Yeah, really. It's there. It's there, VIP Ramona. And here's the thing. I want to share one more piece with you. A lot of these private donors are folks who are cronies of Mr. Trump. So now you got private donors. Okay, let's highlight this point. Private donors are funding a security-based project for the United States of America, right? I remember the basement area in the White House wing was damp and very outdated. Well, not anymore. It's being done up and done out and done around. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But if you guys are just joining us, I just want to bring this narrative together. And the Trump ballroom project, or lack of thereof, is definitely done. And the construction is wrapping after legal battles. And while the first event was expected soon, it's not going on, folks. It's not happening. And it's the 2.5 years that Mr. Trump has left in the office, I'm pretty much feeling that. I get the sensation that this project is going to be minimal at best, or it's going to be done, and they're probably ended up putting another rose garden there or something. I don't know what they're going to do, or rebuild the East Wing again, which is what I would suggest. A more technological, modernized East Wing is what I would suggest. But the thing is that we'll double down on this. We're gonna go on to other news out there, guys, and I just wanna, if you're in Chicago, this is the news coming out of Chicago, and then we'll come back around to the double down that I was talking about. If you're in Chicago, major accident on CTA last night, and it's been crazy to say the least. It's controversy because the crash is from the yellow line in Chicago. If you have ridden in Chicago public transportation or Chicago Transit Authority, you can definitely get a sense of how this is affecting it. It's been one in maybe several crashes this year. Let's get you guys a big look at that, and the crash investigation. We have a video clip of it. Maybe we can go to that. But the Chicago Transit Authority is currently investigating this crash as something that it's tragic, and we'll look at the information that's being released. There's, for some reason, I'm not getting a lot of information out of this CTA crash. Maybe other folks can get information, but I'm just not. I'm not sure what the logistics of it is or what it isn't. But the derailment happened last night, and we'll look at that from Fox News. I'm just waiting for the report to be pulled up from that derailment and added to the stage. Let's see. Can we get the clip from that? Bear with me. Okay, I think we have the clip now ready. All right, coming out of Fox News, the CTA crash and investigation that's currently going on.
News passengers evacuated from a train derailment. A look at what happened.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Our Joni Lum has more on those travelers evacuated. Joni, quite the scary scene there if you were on the train.
Dawn, it was scary for the people on the train, even people who weren't on those derailed cars of the train. There were a lot of emergency vehicles out here. Those have left, but now we have a lot of official CTA cars. 114 passengers were evacuated from those derailed cars, while the other trains held in place for 90 minutes with the power cut off on a hot afternoon.
It became clear something was worse when there was like sirens happening, and then the train conductor came through and let us know what was going on.
So we do have a verified derailment, southbound yellow line, 2 cars in the train.
I was worried that someone got hurt, but fortunately, the news report said no, there was no injuries.
CTA passengers didn't know what happened to make train traffic stop in place for an hour and a half. A yellow line train derailed on approach to the Howard station. 2 train cars appeared to lift off the tracks, ending up in angles. It caused trains on the red, yellow, and purple lines to halt from Thorndale to Howard. Passengers could be seen standing at the open doors as the temperature heated inside the train. Emergency workers helped them off the train, while passengers on trains behind this one waited in between stations. Many were Cubs fans, leaving the game at Wrigley Field. Shuttle buses lined up to get people going again.
We got stuck at the Jarvis station. We were there for 90 minutes. They came and opened the windows because there was no air conditioning.
If there's an emergency, you just got to get off and, hope that everyone is okay.
Well, there were multiple emergency vehicles, ambulances out here just in case, but no injuries reported. Shuttle buses were here to take passengers the rest of the way, and all the passengers said that they just chatted with each other until they could be on their way. Dawn?
All right. So, This is actually the second crash. If you guys are just joining us, the second crash that we've seen, and probably recently. But there's been multiple crashes in 10 years. So we hope for everyone's safety, and as we're getting updates, we'll share those updates. So it's going to lead us to our next segment, and you guys know and love it so well. But yeah, let's go into the next segment. A picture can tell 1,000 words, and look at the banner at the bottom. If you guys have any pictures, send them Amir Shakur speaks at gmail.com. I appreciate the pictures that you guys have sent. And graduations, dinners, maybe your dog, ate your homework and, he's running around with it in his mouth, so on and so forth. Got those pictures. I like to see those kind of things, they make me smile. So that's what this is all about. It's about, smiling. I might clown you a little bit, but, it's all in fun and love. I do things like that because I'm just one of those. I'm just that kind of guy. But anyway, it's all done in fun. And we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you, but we'll laugh at you a little bit too, just for GP. Anyway, picture can tell 1,000 words. Well, I remember that word. I told you earlier that we were going to double down, right? So we're doubling down, and a picture can tell 1,000 words. So I'm gonna go back to a picture that we shared earlier, and my thing is that we're gonna triple down maybe, and wow, there's the picture. Picture can tell 1,000 words, and we've used this picture before. It's a graphic that we produced, and what is it? What's going on here? Well, if I lost any Trump supporters, I apologize, but let's clip this, okay? I want you to notate this. This project with this ballroom expansion, and the project faces, and we're looking at overwhelming public opposition, and reports that 97 to 98 of tens of dozens of official comments were negative, and it's widely characterized by the experts as the tacky, fascist monstrosity that would turn any sympathy. If the Trump had followers, he doesn't have those. He lost them with this one. This move may even outdo the Iran war move, because with this White House expansion, Trump has destroyed the historic integrity of the White House, and it's one of his biggest scandals, right? Did you hear me? I said it's one of his biggest scandals. Shameful. So now that makes well, it's gonna be a picture can tell 1,000 words, but Mr. Trump, again, if I were around you, or if I were a advisor for you, I would have said, why don't you find an offsite, build a ballroom there, right by the White House, and have at it and do what you got to do. Don't tear the historical White House down. Amen. So that is a picture can tell 1,000 words. And with that in mind, if you guys have anything, look, it's not political, it's just what it is. And as we're going into the weekender edition of Amir Shakur Speaks, which I want to announce, but we are highlighting the weekender edition on Saturday mornings. I want to announce our new Friday segment, right? Now that we've got a picture can tell 1,000 words, remember, folks, send me your picture. Anything you got, send it to AmirShakurSpeaks at gmail.com. Let's go into the news segment. The news segment on Fridays in the weekend edition is Friday's biggest loser of the week. Look at that handsome guy. Look. Can I get that serious look? Handsome guy. Anyway, so let me share this with you guys. The Friday's biggest loser of the week is, guess who? Guess who again? Guess who? I want you guys to guess who the biggest loser of the week is, right? Well, the biggest loser of the week, remember I said double down? Mr. Taco himself. Yep. Hey, Amir, why is the president standing there? He's your biggest loser of the week. He's the BLW, not BBL, BLW, okay? Anyway, it's because The primary blow this week was that a federal judge's ruling tightened the existing injunction. So basically, he's barred from anything above ground, and they can continue building their security apparatus. But the groundwork on the security facilities has continued. But this splits the project physically and logistically, causing chaos for scheduling, fabrication, and site logistics. So the court resoundingly rejected the administration's last-minute attempt to frame the project as a visible piece of something that the American public wants. But in reality, the American public, we don't want this project, right? Again, it's a major failure of an argument saying that, if I don't get this ballroom built, I'm gonna lose security. Yeah, right. The administration's defeat is particularly damning because it neutralizes the key defense that the ballroom is an inseparable lid for the required project bunker below that security project. And the loss, which came after the federal judge basically said again, look, sir, let's do it in layman's. Look, dude, this is not your crib. The White House is not your crib. You can't tear down stuff that belongs to the American public, right? So here it is. All right. This establishes a clear legal boundary what vertical construction is unlawful is, and it's going on without congressional approval, and the guy has yet to go to Congress. So what is it? It signals imminent, catastrophic destruction of this project. And again, you can't pull back the history of the East Wing. So guys, what do you think? What do you think? Taco, what you doing there, Mr. Taco? Right, that's right. Not being silly, we're being realistic. I mean, we have to laugh at some of these things, but yes, Taco is definitely the biggest loser of the week. And probably, if I were to say, he might even be the biggest loser of the month. And maybe if I had a biggest loser of the year, it would be Mr. Trump. So you guys can vote on the biggest loser. If you want to vote on the biggest loser of the week, and you got somebody who's, shaking you down and they just don't pass the red face test or the smell test, and you feel like, you want to send them on to me and, you want me to clown them a little bit, hey, I have no problem doing that for you. Amir Shakur speaks. It speaks with an S, guys. Don't put no speak. I'm speaking. Oh my God, let's see. The offside would have been a better choice. I believe so. Biggest loser. Biggest loser of the week, yes. And again, I'm taking votes. So if you got somebody who's going to be the bigger loser, I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and rewrite the record for you. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, by the way, if you get a chance, Monday night, Amir Shakur Speaks broadcast channel, we got our second installment of The Day the Constitution Died, Trump Imperial Presidency and Overreach into the 21st Century, right? It's our second out of 3 installments, so we'll go ahead and go ahead with that project. You guys like how I did that tongue twister? You didn't know I could do that, did you? I'm good. I'm trying to tell you, I got some skills. Anyway, check it out Monday night for that. And then I got, speaking of skills, here we go. Look at this. Just for Mother's Day, I got a new spoken word project. It's not about me, but it is my segment. It is my channel. So, this stuff is good. But listen, this is it. God put it in you. Mother's Day, right? It's my spoken word project for Mother's Day. And, I'm doing my best, MC. Listen, I got a lot of skills. I ain't told you guys, but I'm gonna break it out. But it's spoken word actually, overbeat, and it might be close to rap, but it's definitely not. It's hip hop. I don't consider myself a rapper, but I do consider myself a love. I consider myself an MC and a wordsmith, right? That's why I'm able to bring you this content like I'm able to bring you. So hey, check that project out. It's gonna be released on Tuesday before Mother's Day next week. But God put that in you, sisters. All right. Hey, I love that. Thank you so much. Check it out. It's coming soon. So, anyway, that's kind of where we're at today. And, I want to leave before we get to the weekend edition, I just want to leave with a public statement and, a great closing. So here's the closing. I want you guys to cut and paste this and just know, I want you guys to clip this, right? Clip it. Accountability is the fastest track to success, right? Accountability, Mr. Trump. Accountability, Israel. Accountability, some folks in MAGA. Accountability, some folks in the hood who want to go up and shoot people and that sort of thing. Well, accountability is the fastest track to success. And we just don't get there by accident. I don't get a biggest loser of the week by accident. They got there by making poor choices and ignoring facts, right? Or losing a sight of a goal. Don't let yourself be a reflection of that. These are examples of a roadmap that we don't want to do. It's a roadmap of what not to do. While others are busy making excuses, you need to stay busy in building your legacy, right? And keep the next 48 hours. You ain't got to wait to start something positive or changing your life. You can start right now once we speak. The power of now is what it's all about. So take the next 48 hours because we're going into the weekend. You got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to recalibrate, right? And sharpen your focus and make that when you show up Monday morning, show up a new you. We aren't just participating in an experiment, but we're leading, right? That's how we become leaders. Don't settle for the okie doke, right? Don't settle for average, and definitely don't settle for being a subject of next week's conversation like some folks. We want to stay sharp. We want to keep on the grind, stay grinding, and keep your eyes on your own wins. I'm Amir Shakur, right? And this is where the truth lands, right? We're planting seeds. So let's plant some seeds today. Let's grow those seeds over the weekend. And let's come back Monday refreshed and ready for the week ahead. And, don't forget, before you leave me for Monday, you see me tomorrow morning because we're doing the weekend edition. And it's our new thing. So, hey, you get a chance to see this beautiful, lovely face again. But anyway, I'm being facetious, But anyway, I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for a 30-minute segment, and it's been Amir Shakur Speaks. Until next time, y'all, we appreciate y'all, and be well. Peace, VIPs.